We're back from closed session. E, reconvene to open session. It's now 6:14. F, announcement of action taken in closed session, none. G, presentation, 1, expanded learning department.
Thank you, President Alvarado. At this point, I'd like to ask our Director of Expanded Learning, Ms. Esmeralda Garcia. She's going to give us kind of like a year in review and the wonderful programs that we have for our students with the Expanded Learning Program. So, Esmeralda.
Good evening, Mr. Jimenez, Superintendent, Board President, Mr. Alvarado, and board members, Calexico community. It's my honor and privilege to present to you tonight the wonderful work we're doing in expanded learning. Under expanded learning, we do have 3 components. The first being our after-school programs that service TK through 8th grade. Our hours of operation are dismissal to 6 p.m. at all school sites. Currently at our high school in Aurora, we are having serviced by ARC, and that's also dismissal to 6 p.m. Our newest component is what we call camp, Sparks Camp, and I'll go into a little bit more detail in a little bit. But that essentially is TK to 8th grade. Our hours of operation for this program is 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. because they're non-school days. So these are any Saturday, Sunday breaks, spring break, winter break that we're offering programming. We often get the question of why aren't our programs called ACEs? Across the county, you'll hear everyone refer to after-school programs as ACEs. Well, the reason for that is because we have multiple funding sources. ACEs is just our base grant that allows us to offer services after school for 1st through 8th graders. We have ASSETS, which is our high school grants. We offer after-school programming with this fund. 21st Century is a supplemental grant that Willie Moreno gets and Aurora. We also have 2 ESSER. One we've already been awarded and one we're pending. And this is to service summer school or summer enrichment for our programs. And the last one I want to talk about is ELO. So ELO is a new allocation that we've received. We've received 2. The first, which expires this June. These are one-time monies that need to be used to expand what we're already offering, whether it's programming needs, facility needs, materials, anything we need to service more children and expose them to more experiences. The second allocation will expire next school year, but CDE has already been in talks about this being a continuation of funding that we would be receiving. Up on the screen, you'll see our school sites, and these are numbers of actual students served this school year. As you can see, all of our sites are over 100, which is wonderful, and we'll compare from this school year to last school year in just a little bit. These are our junior high and Aurora and high school. Also, our numbers are exceptional. This is a slide that I'm most excited for you to see because this is where I can show you the growth that we've done with this new allocation of ELO. It really allows us to serve more children by employing more tutors. By us having more staff, we can have more students. So our goal this year has been no waiting list. As students enroll, we try to make sure that we're able to meet the needs of families. I wanted to mention, just as teachers have standards, we also have quality standards that the state sets forth for us. These are addressed every single day in our programs, and they're also addressed in our plans. Including, we have to engage in our quality improvement process at every school site. We have to document the process and report it to CDE annually, and we are in the process of doing this. One of the components that we do in after school or expanded learning is professional development. We know that our tutors sometimes come to us with very little training, and it's up to us to make sure that they're trained and ready to serve children. And so we do focus a lot on professional development. Up on the screen, you'll see some pictures of the Imperial County Office of Education Expanded Learning Conference, where I myself was the keynote speaker and highlighted the wonderful work that we're doing here in Calexico. But then our staff also got the opportunity to participate in some staff development. These are more professional development, PE curriculum, reading curriculum. It's anything that they're going to have to implement in the classroom. We try to provide them the correct training. Now, our programs do have 3 components. The first being academic. For academic, we do homework help. But along with homework help, we do intervention as well. That comes in the form of Grapeseed, Art for SEL, and Think, Feel, Read. We have also partnered with teachers this year to provide tutoring and intervention after school. We flew positions. We were not fortunate to have a teacher at every site, unfortunately. We just didn't have the interest, but that hasn't stopped us. We still offer the intervention to the students as much as we can. Enrichment. I know that I've brought several contracts before you, and hopefully you'll see some more and help us out. This really allows us to expand what we offer. We know that we can't always find a certified ballet teacher or a certified coach to work within our staff. So the ELO grant, as I mentioned before, does ask for us to collaborate with community. And so this is where we bring in contractors. We have sports going on, swimming. If you came by during spring break, you saw the pool in use. We're super excited about the swimming lessons, ballet, hip hop, dance, art. So we're very excited about the enrichment opportunities of that our kids are getting. And so these are some of the pictures of our staff members receiving PD to be able to implement some of the enrichment. So not only do we contract, but we also invest in our own staff to be able to teach our children how to do these activities. And then everyone says, you know, ballet, why ballet? Well, she uses it as conditioning. And these are 7th and 8th graders fully engaged in the ballet class. And it's awesome to see them at camp. And then you see the pool. It's not just fun and games at the pool. We're actually teaching the students how to swim and be safe in the pool. And the third component of all of our after-school programs is physical activity. And that's per the state mandate. But we try to disguise physical activity in what we call cooperative play. These are games that are designed to get the kids moving, but with a purpose behind it. This game has kind of a funny name. It's called Smartopotamus. And the premise of the game is that the kids scoop up these tennis balls that have letters on them. So they grab all their tennis balls, and then in a team, they're given tasks, and they have to come up with words. So it's got a literacy component to it as well. And those infamous camps. You've probably seen my flyers, or you've heard kids talk about camp. This has been our greatest accomplishment this year. ELO, as I explained, has certain requirements. One of their requirements is 30 days that we offer, 9-hour days, outside of a school day. And we are currently on track this school year to complete 40. We are the only district in the valley that are that far ahead. And I'll be honest with you, the kids love it. They come and they leave tired, with their bellies full, and with smiles on their faces. And our attendance shows it. We started off the first camp. I remember we had over 100 kids signed up and only 38 showed up, and we were a little disappointed. But the word has gotten out, and as you can see, we've had as many as 191 students show up for a one-day camp. At these camps, they do cooking, they do literacy, they do art, they do tie-dye, we go to the pool. There's all kinds of activities that are happening. Another part of the expanded learning program that I wanted to talk to you a little bit about is the student wellness. The student wellness started before I was on board as a director. It started in 2018, but I saw it start when I was just a school counselor here. This is really a passion project for me. This project takes students, juniors and seniors, and gets them ready for the workforce. We put them through everything that our staff get: PD, job shadowing, work experience. They learn how to build their resume. At the end of the program, they graduate and they're eligible for a work-study job with us. Last year, we graduated 6 students. This year, we're graduating 21. And out of those 21, I could say that we have about 19 already working with us. That's our cohort this year. We hope to expand next year. We hope more students will complete the program. We want to start earlier in the school year. And we want these kids to give back to their community here in Calexico. And what's next? Well, for us, it's camp. So we will be providing summer camp here in Calexico for all of our students, preschool, you heard that right, preschool to 8th grade. We will be servicing preschool through 5th grade at Cesar Chavez. Enrique Camarena will host 6 through 8. We'll have all the activities we do in a regular camp, but we'll also be partnering with teachers to do pull-out intervention for our neediest children, the children that we need to bring up to par with the rest of us. Our students will come to camp, and our push is you're going to learn 180 new words before you leave. They will have a passport. We're going to make passports for them, and every day they're going to get a stamp. And we're already planning a culminating event for all of them, but I don't want to give it away because I want students to get excited, and we'll make that a surprise for them. But we have big things in store. That's all I have tonight. If you have any questions.
Well, thank you for that presentation, and thank you to your staff for everything that they're doing to our students, for our students. Board members, do you have any questions, comments?
I have a comment. So my family's been involved with after-school programs with the camp, and I mean, I've seen it, and I've seen the kids that have been learning a lot also, and then that you're doing a really, really great program with this. Thank you so much.
Well, congratulations. This is the first time I hear since 2014 that we're doing something right. No, I'm just kidding. No, it's one of our, we're doing it right. And, I mean, I like the outcome of this. What I'd like is a couple of, if you can run copies of these 2 flyers for me, because I have certain areas that I want to put in there to motivate the parents. Other than that, it's a very, very good presentation.
My only concern is that we don't have staff that is certified working after school and adding to the program regular expertise. We'd have tutors doing the work and not staff. That's the only drawback that I think I see.
And we did run 2 positions, and not with a cap. I just wanted to put it out to any teacher that wanted to come and work with us. We only recruited 7. And so that didn't allow for every school site to have it, but we do have teachers that are servicing. Right now, our focus with those teachers is to service our ELs and newcomers, because if we go back to the beginning of the school year, we had a lot of requests for that support. And so we wanted to focus on that group and small intervention. And so they're running kind of cycles of groups. So they'll take small 10, 12 kids, and then once they do for 8 weeks, they'll try to cycle in a new batch of kids. So right now we have 7.
I do have one question, and I learned this in one of our trainings that we went. How does the teacher...
Mr. Calderon, I apologize. Could you turn on your mic,
okay.
sir? Thank
How
you.
does your staff and the teachers communicate as far as the need of the student? You say that one of the components is academic. How do they communicate to say, well, Lolita needs help in math? Or how do they communicate to make sure that Lolita gets that extra help in math?
So currently we don't have that streamlined. A lot of the teachers will work directly with our lead. so that way it trickles down to so we have a lead and then we have the tutors. The goal is that as we work with Orenda is going to help us not only align the school day, but also the after-school part. So as they form more of their Orenda processes, we'll have in place how we're going to directly impact those needs of the students. Right now, we know that our rate of ELs is very high and our newcomers. And so we are focusing on literacy and language development as a whole because all of our students can benefit from that.
And Mr. President, if I could just make a quick comment, and Esmeralda, you could stay up there. So Esmeralda is too humble and modest and won't, brag a little bit about herself. But when she said that she was the keynote speaker at the countywide expanded learning conference, that was an honor. She was selected to be the only keynote speaker for all of the county in a room full of, there were hundreds of, I don't know, 600-700 in that building of people listening to her, where she was able to tell her story and talk about her passion for expanded learning and the work that we're doing here in Calexico. Earlier that day, and I had the honor and privilege of being able to attend that day to watch our very own Esmeralda, give that keynote speech. Earlier that day as well, the California Department of Education was here visiting us, and we went to Jefferson and the FRC because they wanted to see our program in action, and we were able to walk and see the kids doing this cooperative play. They're learning while they're playing, they're moving and exercising while they're learning. They're experiencing all these different activities. So I really, you have an open door invitation to visit our expanded learning program and see the great work that we're doing. As I shared with you guys, I usually do a weekly board report, but over the spring break, I couldn't wait until Friday. So I sent the board pictures. I was able to visit our spring camp where our kids had a culinary arts cooking class. I think that day they were cooking a pizza sandwich or something like that. They also had a ballet class rotation. They also had a reading academic class, literacy academic class rotation, and of course the swimming pool location. And so we were able to tour on that Tuesday or Wednesday during spring break and visit the camp that we have during Thanksgiving break, winter break, spring break, summer camp. And so thank you, Esmeralda, for you and all of our employees. Mr. Pacheco, yes, we do want to encourage and also solicit and the support and the help of our certificated employees. But I got to tell you, our tutors, many of them who are college kids going to college, many of them who want to become teachers themselves, who want to pursue a career in education, just do an absolutely incredible job. I see these folks in action, and they motivate, they inspire, they work with the kids, and so we'll take them. We'll take them because they also do a great job as well. But we'll continue to outreach to our certificated staff as well for that academic-based standard component.
Congratulations and thank you so much. H, comments from the public. The board will take any and all comments from the public related to an item on the agenda or any other item of district business that is not on the agenda. We do have one. Daniela Vega.
Is this on? Good evening, board and everyone. Hello, my name is Daniela Vega, and I'm the labor representative for the classified unit, CSCA. So, as many of you know, Imagine Charter Schools are attempting to establish a countywide charter in the Imperial Valley. So, many school boards in the county, from Westmoreland all the way to Heber, have already passed resolutions to oppose the charter. It's very surprising that Calexico hasn't, especially since Imagine has been very clear that they have the intention of building a school in Calexico. It would be great to know where you stand, not only the district, but the board, since this will impact your students and the schools. I'm here to make an invitation. CSCA and a lot of other community leaders will be at the ICOE board meeting on May 1st, where the decision will take place. So I hope to see all of you and you all as well, so that we can stand together and advocate for our students and the communities that are in the Imperial Valley. Thank you.
Thank you.
It was May 1st?
May 1st at 5 p.m.
I, consent agenda, all items appearing will be acted upon by one motion without discussion, unless any item is pulled for separate consideration and action. I'll make a motion to approve, but with a comment.
I'll second that.
So, I did go over the pre-list. On the pre-list, there was some, hotels that had the name of the individual that was assigned to that hotel. But on some of the other hotels, there was no, teacher who was gonna be, going, for that item. So that's something that I would just wanted to point out. And another thing also as well, for the car rentals or whatever the rentals were for, there was no specific name attached to it or anything at all as well with that. And that's something I think that we've mentioned before and stuff, just to be a little bit more, informative, for the public also as well.
I think that has been mentioned before.
Correct.
I had brought it up where there is not enough information, and I know it's limited, but we should at least attempt to put names or where we're going and so forth.
Right. With that, no other comments?
I
Others?
have also, we have we're purchasing blankets, $19,000 or something like that, blankets for, I'm trying to find it.
Yes, I know what you're talking about, Mr.
Yeah, there was no
Yes.
back, there was, I didn't know what it was for.
Yeah, every year, Mr. Pacheco, we purchase for Employee Recognition Day. Whether it's a Yeti coffee mug or some type of an acknowledgement of recognition for employees, to acknowledge their hard work and dedication to our district and thank them for everything that they do. And so we provide them with something that on our behalf and on the school board's behalf. I'm not sure if you remember, I think last year was a big Yeti water canteen or whatnot. So every year there's something different like that. It would come with our Calexico logo that we provide to the employees. And so
Classified week, day of the teacher.
yeah, a day of the teacher, but we give it to all employees. And this year it is a throw, if you will, a blanket with the Calexico Unified School District logo right on it.
There
Yeah.
was also $5,000 purchase for the high school kitchen can openers, 3 for $5,000.
Hmm.
Can openers for the food department.
I would have to look into
Yeah,
that. I don't know the
that
specifics
just
on that
kinda
one.
Stood out.
I could look into that and provide you that information.
That was it for me. I didn't see anything else that was.
Thank you for that. With no other comments? With that said, there's a motion by myself, seconded by Mr. Calderon. All those in favor, please state aye. Aye. Motion passes 6-0. J, information items, superintendent's report.
Thank you so much, President Alvarado. So I'd like to share with you and our public tonight that over at Kennedy Gardens and Warkwood Elementary School, they are hosting the Capturing Everyday Moments of Learning. This is a program for parents of students in grades pre-kindergarten through third grade that provides parent sessions to learn ways to support family engagement through play, household tasks and routines. Additionally, the strategies for helping families at home, ways that children can learn through hands-on activities, and developing a plan for fostering learning at home through family engagement are also part of the curriculum. So this is part of our efforts that we're trying to increase our parent involvement and parent engagement in Calexico Unified. And so I want to thank our staff at Kennedy Gardens and Rockwood for putting that together and working with that program. As I shared a little bit over the spring break. I had the fun opportunity to visit our extended learning spring camp. I want to thank Ms. Esmeralda Garcia and our Spark staff for all of their hard work. We had over 140 students participate in academic enrichments, culinary arts classes, yoga, ballet, and swimming classes. So thank you so much for our Sparks department. I want to say felicidades are in order to Marla Sanchez, Sofia Ponce, Julian Villegas, Alondra Gil, Diana Ayala, Alexa Gastelum, and David Sasueta. These wonderful Calexico High School students were surprised at a small admission ceremony for UC Berkeley. Mr. Mondragon, who is the Riverside and Imperial Valley representative for UC Berkeley, presented them with a Berkeley backpack and a banner. These students are only a few examples of the many great kids and great things that are happening in CUSD. So right before that Thursday, right before spring break, I had the opportunity of attending this small little ceremony for these kids, and I hope in the near future I will also be bringing to you more names of more students who will be going to different colleges and universities throughout the country. I do want to point out Mr. Sasueta has the difficult challenge right now of deciding whether he wants to go to UC Berkeley or to the other college he's been admitted to, and that's to the U.S. Naval Academy. So he did tell me, but it's a secret, so I'm not going to say anything. So I would like to thank Mr. Luis Garcia and Mr. Mario Magallanes, our two teachers from Calexico High School, for providing our students the opportunity to participate in the first robotics competition. This is a labor of love. They get a stipend, but it's nowhere near the amount of work and effort and late nights and weekends that they put into it, and they do it out of dedication and commitment and passion for their kids to learn about robotics, to learn about engineering. Mr. Luis Garcia, our very own teacher, he's actually a mechanical engineer major, so we're very, very fortunate to have teachers and staff of his that are talented like him. Students also had the opportunity during the same field trip not only to the robotics competition that was held in San Diego, but also to visit Disneyland, and they attended where they attended a science and technology workshop at Disneyland. And you know, for those of us who don't see it that way or through that lens, there's a lot of science and mechanical engineering and technology that's happening at Disneyland. So while we might be walking through and seeing It's a Small World or Fantasmic or the Waterworks or whatever, there's a lot of science behind that. And our students had this great opportunity, about 25 of our students from CHS, to attend this wonderful, almost week-long event. I want to congratulate as well Mr. Carlos Navarrete, our junior high school music teacher, and the Willie Moreno Junior High School Band for being selected to perform at Knott's Berry Farm on Friday, June 2nd. If I can, I'm going to try to make it out there to watch their performance, but they will be performing at Knott's Berry Farm, representing Calexico Unified School District and representing our city, and I'm sure that they're going to make us proud, and we're already very proud of them for being selected amongst many school applications to participate in this concert. So congratulations to Mr. Navarrete, Willie Moreno Junior High School Band, and we wish you the best of luck. I also want to congratulations to the boys varsity tennis for being named back-to-back league champions. And I think I have a typo on this one, because they weren't named back-to-back league champions. They won. They back-to-back league champions, finishing this school year with the 10-0 IVL record, 10 wins, no losses. That puts them at a 19-2 to 1 record, 19 wins, only 1 loss record for the past 2 years. So that is an accomplishment, guys. No matter what sport you're in, a 10-0 record and the 19-1 record is an incredible accomplishment. We will be recognizing them, Mr. President, and board members at our May 11th board meeting for their IVL championship. It took a lot. Coach Hector Cota, our head coach for tennis, was quoted in the Imperial Valley Press. He says, "It took a lot of blood, sweat, and tears and everything in between to win the title. Like I always tell the guys, the job isn't done. We are hoping to use this momentum and make a deep playoff run and send as many players to CIF individuals." So there will be a follow-up report to this report at a next board meeting. I also want to point out Roger Cabrera for being named for the soccer All-CIF first team for 22-23. So to be named All-CIF first team is quite an accomplishment in and of itself, and so congratulations to Roger and all his coaches and his family for that great accomplishment. I also want to recognize today our very own Imperial Valley College. Just today, some of you are aware of this. This is hot off the press. In Washington, D.C. on April 20th, 2023, today the Aspen Institute announced the winners of the Aspen Prize for Community College Excellence. This is the highest award or recognition for community colleges in the nation. This the country's premier award for 2-year colleges working to change students' lives. And Amarillo College in Texas and Imperial Valley College in Southern California, Imperial Valley specifically, got the top awards throughout the United States. Each college was awarded $500,000. $500,000 of the $1 million purse. So congratulations to Dr. Johnson and all of his staff at IVC and all of the folks involved with Imperial Valley College for this great accomplishment. We're fortunate to have you in our community where our kids could take advantage of your programs and services. And last but not least, I want to congratulate Melissa Navarro for her new position, and I look forward to working with you, Melissa, in your new position. Our next board meeting will be Thursday, May 11th. We also are planning our employee recognition years of service, longevity awards, and retiree celebration on May 17th at 5:30 p.m. at Cesar Chavez Elementary Multipurpose Room for all of our 10, 15, 20, 30, and 35 year. We have a handful of people that are 35 years of service and are close to 35 retirees this year. So congratulations to all of you guys, and we look forward to seeing you at our celebration.
Thank you
Thank
for
you.
that report, Mr. Jimenez. Number 2, ROP Committee.
My calendar going on the 17th. All right. Yeah, good evening, everyone, and welcome to our board meeting. We met today at 6:30 a.m. Most of the morning we were doing the superintendent's evaluation. That took most of our meeting. Also, our career specialists from IVROP continue to work with all our students from elementary to the high school. On April 26th of this year, the culinary competition will be held in the Food Industry Summit. Also, 5/12, the public service competition will be held here at the high school. It's going to start at 8:30, and those that are participating will be Brawley, Hopeville, and Calexico. On that same date, IVROP Community Foundation will be having their Dancing with the Stars at Kashan. Tickets are still available, so if you don't have anything to do, you can go and see some of our Valley people dance for a cause. So, and that they get a lot of money for the scholarships. As a matter of fact, I think they broke record. There was approximately 187 applicants for scholarships this year. So hopefully some of our kids from Calexico can get some of those funds. And last but not least, I also learned that round 5 for Strong Workforce has been approved, and the high school will be getting $2 million, and the middle schools will be getting $1 million. So that's funds that we can put to use in our district. So that's all I have.
Some great news there. Thank you for that report. 3, Insurance Committee.
Thank you, President Alvarado. At this time, our Assistant Superintendent of Human Resources and Risk Management will provide a brief a report on an update on our insurance and benefits.
Thank you, Mr. Jimenez, and good evening, President Alvarado, trustees, members of the community. Here just to give you an update on our last insurance committee meeting. At our last meeting, we went ahead and reviewed the plan options that are going to be that are offered to our employees. We have multiple options for all of our employees for each level, and including an option that has a 0 out-of-pocket. And we also have the option to stay within the current plan. If you're in the single tier, you remain in the, you can stay in the current plan with 0 out-of-pocket. If you're in the 2-party tier, you can move to option 2 with the 0 out-of-pocket expense, or you can stay in the current plan with the current plan with the minimal fee. And then if you're in the family, you'll still have an option for 0 out-of-pocket with additional options. And the differences are very minor. We did send out the information right before we went to break. We sent it out to everyone, everywhere in our district so that everybody's aware, because our open enrollment window is coming up on May 15th to May 26th. We're going to ask our employees, those who want to make a change to their plan, during that open window, they will be able to make a different selection. Those who don't want to make any changes and would like to remain on our current plan, they'll have that option to do so. Our committee has met 3 times. I want to thank our CSEA members. I want to thank our ACT members, our additional members that have joined the meeting, that have helped us move through this process. And I also want to thank our Keenan Associates consultants who have helped us really develop something that is feasible and available to our employees. So thank you for the time.
Thank you for that. Moving on to number 4, staff update on the school facility needs analysis.
Thank you, President Alvarado. At this point, I would like to ask Ms. Maribel Baez, our Assistant Superintendent of Business Services, to present information to the board on this topic.
Good evening, President, Mr. Alvarado, on Board of Trustees, and members of the public. My name is Maribel Baez, and I'm the Assistant Superintendent of Business Services. And tonight, I would just like to provide a brief update regarding the board's direction to update the School Facility Needs Analysis SFNA report. Back in October 13 of 2022, the Board of Trustees adopted a resolution to approve an SFNA study, but direct staff to continue charging the 8.28, which was our old fee, level 2 fee rate per square foot for residential construction through the end of 2022. And further direct staff to work in collaboration with the City of Calexico to obtain new planning agency development data. So as required by law, the information that is needed from the City of Calexico is the following. We need an estimate of the number of units that will be constructed in the district boundaries in the next 5 years, broken out by type, single-family detached, multifamily, and single-family attached. We also need an additional, it's an estimate of the average size of the units that are projected in the next 5 years, and also broken out by type. District staff, school facility consultants, legal, we have been reaching out to the City of Calexico, but the city has not yet responded to our communications nor provided the information promised. As well, as we all know, the city's development information is a necessary component for the project to project and how students calculate adequate fee rates and meet our community's demands for school facilities. As of today, the district continues to be charging the 8.28 per square foot for residential construction until further direction from the board or until an updated SFNA study has been adopted by the board, whichever is sooner. We did an analysis of the fee collection records from October 2022 up to date, and we lost about 93,000 on developer fee collections from charging the 8.28 versus the 10.76, which is the amount justified in the October SFNA study. At this point, this is just an informational item. I will continue, to collaborate with our city of Calexico, and then we will wait for further direction from our board. Thank you. Any
Thank you.
questions?
Any comments or any questions?
I do have a comment, so I just want to make sure that this is very clear. So we haven't received any information from the city of Calexico for us to be able to make that new analysis.
Correct.
Okay,
Yes.
got it. Thank you.
The other thing, it seems that from the communications and the documentation that you provided us, there was a meeting held for a public hearing in which, city officials, Ms. Colio Warren, city manager, and, other people were present. Ms. Gloria Romo as a city council member. And, they brought up the issue of the cost at that time, right? And we're looking to cooperate and get started if the rate stayed at the lower end, which has been something that they have failed to do so, or failed to even cooperate with the school district. And I think at this time, we will need to be moving towards charging that $8.26 or 28 cents, and perhaps bring this, for a further review on the next agenda.
Yeah, and that's what I was gonna make the comment on is, we could go ahead and see if we could agendize this for the May 11th meeting, possibly moving from the 828 that we currently have to the 1077 for the possible discussion, possible action.
Well, the 1077 is questionable because we don't have the information from the city, so it could be probably more. So if the city does not cooperate, then the analysis is probably going to be higher than 10.
Correct.
But it is good that we're giving direction to bring it back, and we have to take an action. As Ms. Baez just said, we lost $93,000 since
Right.
October.
October
So
to today.
All right.
So absolutely, thank you, board, for your direction. And so, so the exact under our last SFNA that we would have been able to start charging it was $10.76.
Yes.
But the board, after listening to some of our city council members and other folks, kept it at the lower rate of the 828. But with the board's direction, we will continue to try to collaborate with the city as much as we possibly can, and try to work with them to get the documentation and information that we can. But at this point, we're going to, with the board's direction, move forward and bring back to the board the level 2 developer fees at $10.76.
Correct. Thank you. Thank you for that
Mr.
clarification.
Jimenez, do we need to make another visit to the city council and tell them of this dire meeting that they need to provide for us so we can work together with them to come up with a plan? I mean, I don't know if that's in the future, if you think we've done what we're gonna do and we'll just wait on them.
Can I make a comment on that real quick? I think we're already planning to agendize it for the May 11th meeting. If they want to be present on that day to find out exactly what's going to happen and stuff like that, then I'd feel that you could go ahead and let them know exactly what we're planning on doing for the May 11th meeting. That way to see if they could provide that information over that we've been inquiring about since October of last year. I mean, if we look at it now, November, December, January, February, March, and April, it's 6 months, and we still have zero. So I think we've given them enough time, and I think that we need to move forward. I don't want to discuss this any further. We could discuss this on the May 11th meeting.
Thank you for your report.
Thank you.
Thank you. Number 5, board reports. These are informational reports by board members. No action is taken. Ciara?
So, good evening to everybody. Hope you're having a nice night. So, for our counseling department activities, we have had the CTE electives fairs for 8th, 9th, 10th, and 11th grade. And both junior highs participated in this event. It was a fun event, and everybody got to see all the different CTE classes that are available for all students. There was IVC orientation for seniors. Coffee with the counselor and CTA presenter, Mr. Jaime, which is a CTA facilitator. Coffee with the counselor, social emotional learning from County Behavioral Health, Imperial County, sorry. The 9th grade course selection registrations have occurred last month. And the Imperial Valley College facilitated academic advising to all seniors or who or going to AVC or any other school, college available for them. The 11th grade course selection registration is scheduled for April 26, 2023. And as the superintendent mentioned, UC Berkeley representative acknowledged in person for the first time students from Calexico High School who were admitted to their institution. And I want to congratulate all sports and every accomplishments that they have done. Every win and loss is a gain and experience for each and every one of them. And the open house that was held this Tuesday, a great thanks to all parents, teachers, staff, and students that attended and for the great efforts that they made that day. And give for sophomores and juniors a big encouragement to study for their upcoming SATs and PSATs, to encourage them to study and get a great score or whatever score. Just encourage them to thank you.
Thank you for that report, Ciara. Mr. Calderon?
Well, good evening again, and I just want to thank everyone for their hard work, and especially these after-school programs. I mean, you see the progress, and we're putting our funds to good use. I mean, we're getting something out of it, and we're actually seeing growth, which is remarkable. And also all the athletes for their hard work, and I mean, they're out there running, doing what they have to do to get ready for these competitions, especially Mr. Cabrera. And I believe not only did he get recognized, but also his brother as a defensive player. So, again, thank you to all the staff, and that's all I have.
Thank you for that report, Mr. Calderon. Mr. Contreras?
I just wanted to thank everybody that's made the effort on the New Aurora project. I know that they done the buildings, and Mr. Jimenez has kept us up to date on everything that they did within a week. And, it seems to be the project to be going the right way with 45 plus students in county, that are going to take advantage of the new graduation requirements for Aurora. Thank you.
Thank you for that report, Mr. Contreras. Mr. Pacheco?
Just to follow up on our workshop, we have to have part 2. So
Yes.
we come up and devise our goals. We haven't come up with what we actually want to do, and it's kind of late. But this is for the start of 23, 24, get those goals and make sure that we look at our data and see what our weak areas and our strengths are. So we need to focus on what we need to do and ensure that we continue with forward-looking, continuing progress. Summer school, have we had summer school? Have we decided where we're going to have the sites and where we're at? And the other one is we need to be working on our vacancies for next year. We have retirees, and we need to plug in for those slots that are being vacated. So now's the time to start. We don't want to start late and not get these young draftees out of San Diego State that are coming out of college, and just make sure that we get our fair share of the crop that's out there. That's all. That's it.
Thank you for that report, Mr. Pacheco. Ms. Magallanes?
I want to thank I want to thank everyone for being here, and also thank everyone for their hard work. I also want to thank Mrs. Garcia again for the great work. And then you have already a schedule for summer school and everything that's going to be going on. I also want to share the walk. I was walking the campus with Mr. Jimenez, Mrs. Vadillo. It was a really good a time for me to visit some classrooms, also learn more about the needs, and more importantly, the accomplishments. We always want to go back, like, what are our needs, but also what are our accomplishments? What are the good stuff going on? So I think that's really important. I have more schools to visit in my calendar, and I want to keep on learning more about our schools and also our needs. And that's all. Thank you so much.
Thank you for that report, Ms. Magallanes. As for myself, I just want to say thank you to all our staff for everything that you do. Ms. Garcia, thank you. And congratulations for being, recognized there with ICOE as far as that goes, and shining the light on the ACES program here in Calexico. With that said, same sentiment, or, I was noted as, Ciara, Mr. Calderon, Mr. Contreras, and all the board members. We're very proud of what our athletes are doing out there, student athletes. They're representing us very well. To our tennis team, going undefeated, that's a hard feat in itself. And I want to go ahead and just wish them luck also as well. For our baseball and softball teams also as well, good luck in this year. As far as it goes, I know the season's young, but hopefully they could go ahead and go out there and show strong and finish strong, as our softball did last year. And for our soccer player, Roger Cabrera, that was recognized, congratulations to him also as well. With that said, let's go ahead and start this meeting. Move on to K, action items. Number 1, bid award and approval of agreement between Calexico Unified School District and Team C Construction for the foundation and assembly of the CTE greenhouse at Calexico High School. I'll make a motion to approve.
So moved. Second.
Second by Mr. Pacheco. All in favor?
I
please-
have a question before you.
Go ahead.
Where is this greenhouse going to be built? It said on.
Yes, there's, I actually have it on my Friday board report, with pictures and everything for you guys to see, Mr. Calderon. But it's right in between the last wing of where the current CTE classrooms are, and then the next classroom wing. So there's a big, kind of like long space of dirt right now. It's just an empty space. And that's where the teachers, with input from school staff, requested that we put this really nice greenhouse that we already had ready to assemble. But first, we got to lay the foundation. And so this is the bid that's going to make this happen.
That's at the culinary, correct?
Yes.
Right behind the culinary. That's the one that they were talking about last time when we approved it a while back.
Yeah, I saw the lettuce that they were growing in those devices. I don't know what they're called.
Yeah.
They actually have.
Hydroponics.
Yeah.
Hydroponics. It's the new way of farming.
So with that said, there's a motion by myself, seconded by Mr. Pacheco. All those in favor, please state aye.
Aye.
Aye. Motion passes 6-0. Number 2, agreement between Calexico Unified School District and Pyro Spectaculars Incorporated to provide fireworks production for Calexico High School graduating ceremony 2023. So moved.
Second.
Second by Ms. Magallanes. All those in favor, please state aye.
I'm gonna
Aye.
say aye, but my dogs are gonna hate it.
Aye. Motion passes 6-0. Number 3, agreement between Calexico Unified School District and the Department of Healthcare Services for continued participation in the Medi-Cal Reimbursement Services Program.
So move.
Second.
Motion by Mr. Calderon, seconded by Mr. Pacheco. All those in favor, please state aye.
Aye.
Aye. Motion passes 6-0. Number 4, agreement between Calexico Unified School District and Imperial Valley College for Upward Bound and Talent Search Services.
So move.
Second.
Motion by Mr. Calderon, seconded by Mr. Pacheco. All those in favor, please state aye.
Aye.
Aye. Motion passes 6-0. 5, agreement between Calexico Unified School District and Waxy Sanitary Supply for floor scrubber machine repairs for the Calexico High School. Motion to approve.
Second.
Second by Ms. Magallanes. Is there
Can
a
I have a
comment?
question? Is this the one that it's in for the gym?
That's
Yes.
No. All right.
So motion by myself, second by Ms. Magallanes. All those in favor, please state aye.
Aye.
Aye, motion passes 6-0. Number 6, agreement between Calexico Unified School District and ERC Data for Professional Services Assets Evaluation Report Card for Aurora, Calexico High Schools, and Willie Moreno Junior High School.
So moved.
Second.
Motion, correct. So there's a motion, hold on, motion by Mr. Calderon, seconded by Mr. Contreras, and there's a question by Mr. Pacheco.
Is this gonna be an annual,
This is an annual audit, Mr. Pacheco, that we're required to submit to CDE.
With that said, all those in favor, please state aye.
Aye.
Aye, motion passes 6-0. 7, agreement between Calexico Unified School District and Marzano Resources LLC to provide professional development to the Calexico Mission School teachers on vocabulary instruction.
So moved.
Motion by Mr. Calderon, seconded by myself. All those in favor, please state aye.
Aye.
Oh, there's a sorry about that. Let's go ahead and retract that vote. And there's a question by Mr. Pacheco.
how about our other, school, our Olga, are they, in the same position for, this assistance?
All of our schools are private schools that we're required to collaborate with, get their annual allocation, and then based on that allocation, then they request from us how and what they want to allocate that money on. And so, we provide it to them at the beginning of the year, and throughout the year, they're telling us on different things they want to use it. On this one right here, our Calexico Mission School is asking for this resource for Marzano resources.
No, it's good.
All right, with that said, it's a vote. Motion to approve. All those in favor, please state aye.
Aye.
Aye, motion passes 6-0. Number 8, agreement between Calexico Unified, agreement between Calexico and teacher-created materials for professional development and curriculum to be used for academic intervention during summer camp 180.
Move for approval.
Second.
Question?
Correction. So there's a motion by Mr. Contreras, seconded by Mr. Calderon. Go ahead with your question, Mr. Pacheco.
Now, these are, materials that are, reader theater?
This, I will ask Ms. Garcia to provide a brief description. This is for small group instruction. This is intended to be for ELA and math for 5 students, groups of 5 to 7 students. But Ms. Garcia will be able to provide a little bit more detail than that.
Yes, good evening again. Yes, the materials we're buying will be for intervention. These will be certificated teachers will be using the curriculum to pull out small groups of children to bring them up to speed in literacy and mathematics. Their materials do include Reader's Theater, and we will be using that with the entire summer program and not just the intervention group. So the curriculum for intervention will be the literacy part, but the Reader's Theater, because they already come included, will be used with all students.
But my question is because we already have in the district, this program, we're not gonna utilize this? It's already here.
So I believe it's an older version. So
This was just adopted. It's I'm sorry. It's our Reader's Theater Teacher Handbook, and it's from the benchmark. This is current.
okay, so unfortunately, on our fundings, we cannot use the same thing we're using in the school day. So the state requires us to use something different because students have already received the curriculum for 6 hours in a school day. So their supplement, not supplant idea comes into play, which is why we're using teacher-created materials. We're trying them out, see how they work, and they also have an ELD component we're looking into for the fall.
So the question is, we can't use what's in the district.
Yeah. It's been around in the state for a long time with these types of programs that you say you gotta supplement, not supplant, so you can't, if the idea is that we already have the kids doing something for 6 hours, the expanded learning program is to give it a different twist, give it a different spin on
I
it.
just didn't want to spend $80,000 when we had something already in hand.
Yeah. And Ms. Garcia, correct me if I'm wrong, something that I saw about this program, and I hope I'm correct on this one, but this comes with the pre and post test, right? So that's very powerful right there, especially for a short-term 20-day 4-week program. The kids are going to be pre-tested at the beginning, the day 1, day 2, and they're going to be post-tested, and we're going to be able to measure the growth that they made from day 1 through day 20. So that's that information, that analytics for us as educators is very, very powerful to review and analyze and look at the success of the programs that we're using and that we're working on.
And we are asking the support of certificated teachers and our ASTs for the summer to help us with that component of pre and post.
Perfect. Thank you
Thank
for
you.
that.
Thank you.
With that said, all those in favor, please state aye.
Aye.
Aye. Motion passes 6-0. Number 9, agreement between the Calexico Unified School District and ProSolve LLC to provide professional development for expanded learning staff on Quest Digital STEM challenges. I'll make a motion to approve.
Second.
Second by Ms. Magallanes. All those in favor, please state aye.
Aye.
Motion passes 6-0. Number 10, agreement between Calexico Unified School District and Fonseca's Auto Shop for on-call auto repairs as needed for food service vehicles. I'll make a motion to approve.
I'll second it, but I have a question. On call?
Go ahead.
I mean, don't we have mechanics at the M&L?
We do, Mr. Calderon, and our mechanics will provide the mechanical services. However, there are times where our food service box trucks may break down, and our mechanics are also tied up with other required inspections. Like, for example, our mechanics have daily requirement inspections of our school buses, our transportation vehicles, our vans. They're also working on our white fleet. So this is only for on an as-needed basis, where if we have a box truck delivering food and it breaks down, the cost is not very high. If we could look at that and see, but it's just to have it as an emergency backup. It's a $5,000 total, which for mechanical repairs, that's not a lot.
Right.
But it's if our mechanics can't get to it, we have an on-call service that could go to the roadside and try to get it back on the road as soon as possible.
Only on an emergency basis, correct?
As needed, only on as
As
needed. Yes.
All right, because, I mean, we've done this before, and I don't want to go back with that.
And
All right,
that's one of those questions that I brought up
Yeah.
also as well during our agenda review, and he did reiterate that if for whatever reason it's not working out correct, we could come back and revisit
Absolutely.
it again.
And this is only for nutrition services vehicles, and is as needed and on call.
Okay, I'm good.
All's in favor, please state aye.
Aye.
Motion passes 6-0. Number 11, agreement between Calexico Unified School District and Precision Electric Motor and Pump Services for repairs to the submersible pump for the lift station at Calexico High School.
So
I'll make
moved.
Second. I made a motion by Mr. Calderon, seconded by myself. All's in favor, please state aye.
Aye.
Motion passes 6-0. Number 12, agreement between Calexico Unified School District and Sign Factory for marquee repairs at Mains Elementary School.
So moved.
Second.
Motion by Mr. Pacheco, seconded by Mr. Contreras. All those in favor, please state aye.
Aye.
Motion passes 6-0. 13, agreement between Calexico Unified School District and Grant Specialties to provide grant writing support for the U.S. Department of Justice COPS School Violence Prevention Program grants. Make a motion to approve.
Second.
Second by Mr. Contreras. All those in favor, please state aye.
Aye.
Motion passes 6-0. Number 14, approval of the unrepresented certificated classified appointed and elected official salary schedule.
So moved.
Motion by Mr. Pacheco, seconded by myself. All those in favor, please state aye.
Aye.
Motion passes 6-0. 15, First Amendment to Agreement between Calexico Unified School District and Panorama Education for Behavior Analytics Dashboard Services. I'll make a motion to approve.
Second.
Second by Mr. Calderon. All those in favor, please state aye.
Aye.
Motion passes 6-0. Number 16, renewal of lease agreement between Calexico Unified School District and Imperial County Office of Education for the use of modular unit located at Mains Elementary School. Motion to approve.
So move.
Second by Mr. Contreras. All those in favor, please state aye.
Aye.
Motion passes 6-0. Number 17, memorandum of understanding between Calexico Unified School District and Imperial County Office of Education for payroll advising services for the 23-24 school year.
Move for approval.
Question?
There's a motion. Do we have a second?
Second.
Second. Okay, Mr. Pacheco's in a second with the question.
This is the first year we do this. We have, it's a consortium, and everybody pays into this For the county?
Yeah, and this is an annual renewal, and you're absolutely right, though. All the 16, 17 districts in the county split the cost and pay into the county for this service. Yeah.
With that said, no other comments? So I have a motion to approve. All those in favor, please state aye.
Aye.
Aye, motion passes 6-0. 18, notice of completion for the Blanche Charles Elementary School hardscape repair. Motion to approve.
Second.
Second by Mr. Calderon. All those in favor, please state aye.
Aye.
Aye, motion passes 6-0. Number 19, quarterly report on Williams uniform complaint ending March 31st, 2023. Make a motion to approve.
Second, do we have any?
No, sir. No findings.
So there's a motion by myself, second by Mr. Calderon. All those in favor, please state aye.
Aye.
Aye, motion passes 6-0. Number 20, engagement letter between Calexico Unified School District and Wilkinson Hadley King and Co. LLP for auditing services for the 22-23 school year.
So move.
Second.
Motion by Mr. Calderon, seconded by Mr. Contreras. All those in favor, please state aye.
Aye.
Aye, motion passes 6-0. Number 21, declaration of need for fully qualified educators for the 23-24 school year. I'll make a motion to approve.
Second.
Second by Mr. Calderon. All those in favor, please state aye.
Aye.
Aye. Motion passes 6-0. Number 22, fiscal year 21-22 financial reports and audit certification for Measure Q bond.
Are
Move for
we-
approval.
Yeah.
Motion by Mr. Contreras. Do I have a second?
I'll second it with a question. Are we okay? I mean, where's Maribel?
We're okay, Maribel, if you'd like to go. We had no
No findings?
substantive findings other than on our COC. The COC does require that we try to find a COC member who is also a part of a tax board. And Maribel, you could help me with the
Yes,
language.
so we did receive for Measure V and Measure Q, again, from no question cost findings. We actually received a unmodified opinion for both of the reports, which is the best audit opinion that the district can receive for its financial statements and federal and state compliances. In Proposition 30, the only compliance finding, but no question cost, is a Proposition 39 bond law requires the Citizen Bond Oversight Committee to have a member that has an active in a bona fide taxpayers organization or a committee member that has a parent with a child enrolled in the district as an active parent teacher organization, which is a PTA, and we can find both. And we're being, trying to make it public and trying to reach out, but there's we can't find any of both in our
And the
current
corrective
members.
action on that, Mr. Calderon, is that the district, continue its efforts to try to find, to recruit a member who's in a bona fide tax organization.
Or a PTA.
Or that a parent of a district student that's in a PTA.
My last question, are we on track with all the funding for our new construction?
We are.
That's for the public to know. That we still have money and we're still going
W-
forward.
We are correct, and I do welcome to everyone, the board. We are going to have a Tuesday, April 25th, a COC meeting or annual meeting where we're going to actually report to the committee members the annual report, which is this annual report, plus all the expenditures and revenues for the year. So we're going to be hosting that at 5:30 here on Tuesday, the 25th.
Thank you. That's all I have.
So,
Thank you.
thank you. With that
Thank you.
said, so motion to approve. All those in favor, please state aye.
Aye.
Aye. Motion passes 6-0. 23, fiscal year 21-22 financial reports and audit certification for the Measure V bond.
So moved.
Second.
Motion by Mr. Calderon, seconded by Mr. Pacheco. All those in favor, please state aye.
Aye.
Aye. Motion passes 6-0. 24, resolution proclaiming Day of the Teacher on May 10th, 2023. I'll make a motion to approve.
I second.
Second by Ms. Magallanes. It's a resolution. Ciara?
Yeah.
Mr. Calderon?
Yes.
Mr. Contreras?
Yes.
Mr. Pacheco?
Yes. Yes.
Ms. Magallanes?
Yes.
And myself, yes. 25, resolution designating persons to sign school orders. Motion to approve.
Second.
Second by Mr. Pacheco. Just going to try it a little bit different now. Mr. Calderon?
Yes.
Mr. Contreras?
Yes.
Mr. Pacheco?
Yes.
Ms. Magallanes?
Yes.
Ciara?
Yes.
And myself, yes. Motion passes 6-0. F26, resolution approving agreement with Global Modular Incorporated for double-wide portable classroom and related equipment for an amount not to exceed $264,522 at the Family Resource Center.
Move for approval.
I'll second that. Is there a comment?
Yeah,
Yeah,
a
go ahead.
question, I mean, what's it
question,
gonna
go
be
ahead.
used for?
Yeah, thank you. Mr. Calderon and board members, so just a little while ago in Ms. Garcia's presentation, you saw a one-time grant fund of about $4 million that needs to be
Spent.
spent down. We still have approximately about $2 million of that one-time fund that we need to use it or lose it. So we're very fortunate and grateful for our partnership with our expanded learning program because we're going to be able to put this double-wide office and conference room building at the FRC. But not only that, but that will also include much needed parking space. So at a later time, it's going to be added to this, and it'll be a place where we could gather, provide training, meet with parents, meet with staff, have office space there. And did I capture everything, Esmeralda? Yes. And so that's what this double-wide program at the FRC will be utilized for.
All right, thank you very much.
Yeah.
With that said, Mr. Calderon,
Yes.
Mr. Contreras,
Yes.
Mr. Pacheco,
Yes.
Ms. Magallanes,
Yes.
Ciara,
Yes.
and myself, yes. Motion passes 6-0. 27, resolution approving agreement with Global Modular Incorporated for single-wide portable classroom and related equipment for an amount not to exceed $96,700 at Enrique Camarena Junior High School.
So move.
Motion by Mr. Contreras,
Question, what's the use for?
This was actually for student use, so it'll be, part of our after-school program at Kiki Camarena, where students are going to be able to use it for a variety of different functions. And then I think you also want me to mention the band program, right? Come up to the podium. Thank you.
Good evening again. So as we mentioned with those one-time funds, we are looking at every school site to see what do we need and what can we fund to provide that for students. I don't know if you've heard, but Willie Moreno, we were able to put in a weightlifting gym for expanded learning. So we're duplicating that at Enrique Camarena. So we need the space. We don't have space there. So first is the trailer. We'll bring in the equipment after, and both junior highs will have that. But we're looking at every school site. Every school site has a unique need. And so we hope to bring that with all these funds, one-time funds that need to be expenditured. But more than anything is just more access for the students. Have a space for them to come to.
well, thank you for that, and I'll second that motion by Mr.
And-
Contreras.
Mr. Alvarado, sorry to interrupt, but what I'm looking at is because once all the construction is completed at the CHS, the plan, or at least I don't know if there's still the plan, that we were gonna close Kiki and bring them to the ninth grade and bring the ninth graders to the high school.
And I know that that was the plan when I joined CUSD
Yeah, and what I'm
9
saying
years
is that
ago.
If we're investing on some campus that later on, 2-3 years from now, it's gonna go away.
So
I'm just saying, use this one-time money wisely in a site that we're not gonna close down, possibly.
Absolutely, and I jokingly, when I started as the director of expanded learning, asked if I could buy that property on 98 and make it my own expanded learning hub, where I could bus all the kids from the school sites and have them in one location. And someone mentioned that eventually Enrique Camarena will be vacant, and all those classrooms could be available to host expanded learning on one site. And how amazing could that be? So I see it as an investment for our future.
And it is.
I mean, not only that, I mean, I don't think we're gonna see any movement for about another 3 to 4 years with, all the construction, all that stuff going on. It is coming. It is coming.
And it is a modular unit, so modular units, and it would be one of the newer ones, so they could be moved.
Mr. Calderon,
Thank you.
what that said? Mr. Contreras?
Yes.
Very much.
Mr. Pacheco? Sorry about that. Ms. Magallanes?
Yes.
My, Ciara?
Yes.
And myself, yes. Motion passes 6-0. So we're gonna go ahead and move on to L, reconvene to your closed session.